Welcome to Crow and Klein, here today with a daily energetic check-in. I have a 3-card pick a card for you today. I had wanted this to be just a general reading, but for some reason angels keep coming up today, so I wanted to talk about that a little bit. So I had this dream last night about a guiding angel, okay? And then today it's like every time I turned around, there was something about an angel, right? I was listening to a podcast this morning. They were talking about guiding angels and how they're assigned to us when we're born. I was going through a box of old craft stuff that a friend of mine dropped off, and there were angels everywhere. And so it's like everywhere I looked, there were angels. Sometimes I'm guided to open a book and just read a passage, and I did, and it was about an angel. And so there's something, and maybe it's just for me, but for some reason I'm supposed to share this. Okay, so whether remembering that you do have a guiding angel with you, around you, for you, maybe it's within you, or however, whatever your belief is around angels. I'm supposed to talk about that a little bit today, to just remind you that yes, that guiding angel is there. Now that can be a guide, a counsel, an ancestor. It can come in many forms, and it can come from within as a voice in our head, as a feeling in our heart, as a something that we feel in our gut, right? And that can show up also externally as signs and synchronicities. So it just feels like pay attention right now, because I think there's a message coming through, or a message that wants to come to you, or just something to show you that yes, your angel is around. Okay. So with that, let's go ahead and dig into this. I have the Good Tarot today. And pile number 1, our card of focus. I can't stop looking at it. And we're going to be using the Golden Wheel Tarot. Pile number 2, your card of focus. That's beautiful. And we're going to use the Witch of the Forest. And pile number 3, and we're going to use the Wandering Star. So feel free to pause and ponder, to pick your pile, and I will see you there. All right, welcome pile number 1, and your card of focus is the Sun, right? Using the the Good Tarot. Now, I love the sun. It's warm, it's nourishing, it's illuminating, it's all of these things. But it comes out after the soul is transformed from it's about your inner metamorphosis, right? It's the inner metamorphosis of the moon. So the sun comes out in the tarot after we've gone through that metamorphosis with the moon. So you can have your day in the sun, basically, right? It's the most powerful star in the solar system. All the other planets revolve around it. It brings energy and vigor. It's a daily rising herald for the new day, for a new day full of possibilities and abundance. There is no darkness or confusion when the sun comes out. Instead, there is great clarity, right? I'm going to get the book too because I want to see, because I think it's about the same. Yeah, so the sun. So the sun, like I said, is about abundance. So at this time, everything is possible, and everything that you need to know is illuminated. Projects can come to fruition, relationships flourish. Your growth is assured. Isn't that a lovely, lovely thought, right? There's a lot of hard work that happens before the sun comes out like this. So this is a time of plenty. And it's important that we share this abundance with others, right? Because we're deeply grateful. We've come through a lot of lessons to get to the sun, and it's time to share. I think it's interesting that this is sort of, happening around the holidays when maybe we need to be thinking about a little, charity, just a thought. I heard a commercial the other day about buying like these $70, $80 gifts for coworkers and that kind of thing. And I was like, what? Anyway, I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. I think the sun is a beautiful, beautiful card. It's a beautiful, energetic card. And we're going to use the golden wheel to get into this. Abundance, abundance. The sun is out. There is great clarity for you. Great clarity. I want to thank everyone for being here. I am so appreciative. Look at my hands are cold. It's really cold today. Sorry, you guys. I actually just started a fire, so it's not going to be long. I'll be nice and warmed up. Anyway, I want to thank you all for being here so much. I am so honored to be able to bring you these readings. Please remember they are timeless. And if they don't fit, don't make it, all right? We just do not need that kind of drama in our lives where we're creating stories that aren't ours, I guess is what I'm trying to say, all right? Okay, let's dig into this beautiful sun energy, right? So right out of the gate, we have the 5 of Wheels. This is feeling left out in the cold. Look, they're burning their pentacles for, for warmth. And for safety too. They're out in the middle of the woods, but there are trees behind them. There are other things that they can burn besides that. So, feeling left out in the cold. It's a time of struggle, a time of hardship. Okay, this is showing up under the nature of pile. It's about walking away from a perceived security. I think there's a lot of courage with the 5 of Pentacles that maybe we don't necessarily give it credit for. Okay. It's about maybe understanding that something you thought was stability for you isn't. So the 5s are also breakthrough card, right? You're going to be leaving this loss and this hardship, and you're going to be moving into a card of charity, which is the 6 of Wheels. All right. So let's start there. Isn't that interesting? I said something about charity already. Signs and synchronicities. All right. In your energy, you're showing up as the Knight of Wheels. Okay. Now, the Knight of Wheels takes that planning stage of the page and takes action on it. Now, of course, the wheels, aka Pentacles, are very, very slow moving. There's a lot of strategy. And so you're strategizing about something, right? The sun says whatever you're going to work on right now is going to be successful. Okay? So whatever this plan is going to be successful. Now, the star is showing up. All right? This is a card of healing, but it is also a card, it's showing up in the keep in mind portion of this layout. That this is something that you've dreamed about. It's a dream and a wish to be fulfilled, right? It has to do with your guiding light, which is inside of you, going back to that guiding angel. I wasn't going to say it, but you know what? Maybe there's a connection there. So take it as it resonates. So yeah, wishes and dreams. This is something that you wanted. So you're working towards something, okay? And you may be in a place of struggle and hardship right now, but don't worry. This isn't forever. This doesn't last forever. You have the sun, all right? The sun is saying, go for it. Because whatever you work on now, you have clarity over, and you should move on it. Like, keep working on it. Let's see how many times I can say like this reading, okay? I'm kidding. Okay. All right, let's get a card for that 5 of Wheels. I'm feeling a little cheeky today. I don't know why. I wasn't at the beginning of this reading, but I am now. So it may just be the energy of this pile. I mean, you can celebrate when the sun is out like that. You can celebrate when it's shining on you and it's nourishing and wonderful. So maybe that's why I'm kind of feeling like this. So anyway, coming out underneath a 5 of Wheels is the 7 of Swords. Okay, so you may feel like there's been some deception. Maybe there was some theft. Maybe it has to do with, your finances. Let's see where it goes, okay? Because the 7 can also represent maybe being dishonest with ourselves, but I'm not quite, well, I mean, it could be if you had this perception that this whatever this is was safe and stable, right? But maybe now you're realizing that you might have been telling yourself that. Let's keep going. The story unfolds as the story unfolds. In your energy. Okay, so this is kind of this, well, it's the 4 of Wands. Okay, it's a milestone card. It's like a checkpoint on the road of your life. So it represents union. It represents freedom. Okay, so to me, it seems like you're moving towards this sense of unity and freedom, and you're doing it through this Knight of Wheels. Okay, that's in your energy. That's gorgeous. That is gorgeous, gorgeous energy. Yeah, look at that. Under the star, you've got the Empress. So yeah, we're talking about a lot of abundance, right? The Sun card says, share your abundance at this time. That's the right thing to do. And you're going to want to. This is something that you want as well, as it's falling underneath your wishes and dreams. The Sun. What a beautiful card. As it's raining / snowing outside. Okay, underneath that 7 of Swords. Wow, the 4 of Wheels. I mean, this can be kind of holding on for dear life, right? Hanging on to those last 4 pennies. It can be also hanging on too tight. Maybe there's something you need in order to help you bring this into fruition. But right now, the nature of this is that you might be kind of stuck in this energy here. I mean, this is the energy you're in. But, this is showing up as hardship, as struggle, as dishonesty or theft, as, holding on too tight to something. So maybe it's about getting out of a situation that is holding you back. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Okay. That's for someone. Now, yeah, I mean, this is about your stability. It's about your stability in the material world. You are really you are working towards something. The sun is saying, keep going. You're going to be moving out of this. Okay. This is where you're heading right here. This is what it feels like. It feels like deception. It feels like being left out in the cold and a struggle and hardship. It feels like you have to hold on, you know, and for dear life and budget your last pennies, right? But this is what's actually going to happen over here with the Star and the Empress. Yeah. Yeah, in your energy. Yeah, you are balanced. This is balance and harmony. This is all really great energy that you have right now. So you are definitely, it feels like, in the clarity of the sun. Maybe it's exposing all of these things over here for what they really are. Yeah. Maybe you don't understand that this over here is actually this over here. There we go. There we go. Seeing things for what they are. The sun does that. The sun illuminates. All right, come on. I just want one more card for that last pile there. It's allowing me time to sort of... Usually if it's not like letting me out a card, it's because there's something else I'm supposed to be saying right now. Yeah. Yeah. You're not this. So the nature of this is this is how you're seeing things. You're not seeing things, or you weren't seeing them with clarity, but now you're going to understand the hardship and what that means. You're going to understand this sort of deception, right? You're going to understand why you have maybe had to hold on, you know, to your material world. So this sun is bringing in all of this clarity. You're going to understand why all of this here equals a Star, an Empress, and a Hermit. Okay. The Hermit's the seeker, going within, learning and understanding, asking the right questions. Okay. The truth seeker. So you are definitely seeing the truth. It is being illuminated. Under the deck, we have the Six of Wheels. Yep. Card of charity. What did we say about charity? Sharing your gifts. Very good. Come on. Yep. Eight of Cups. Yeah, you're walking away from that. You're walking away from, it feels like a misperception, but there was confusion, and I'm still not sure where that confusion came from, whether it came from within you, but there was confusion. So you're walking away from all of that. Okay, in this confusion, this is very emotion invoking, right? Struggles and hardship, theft and deception, miserly, you know, not feeling like you have enough. It's like a lack mindset kind of thing. You're walking away from all of these things because you know, as you walk away from that perception of those things, that you are walking into the, you know, this reality of this is something you wished for. It is bringing in this incredible Empress abundance, and you know it because you've gone within, right? You've gone within. The sun is illuminating all of these things. The sun is bringing a truth to you. Yeah. Yep. There will be an ending. There will be a death and rebirth. This is a transformation for you. All right. Card of Karma. You're meant to move past this. You're meant to move past it. All right. Anything else wants to come out? Anything else want to come out? Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. Ace of Cups. Your cup's going to be overflowing. This is also about sharing that abundance of love and joy. Happiness. You know, a smile can change anybody's day. All right. Trust yourself. You're being guided through this energy. You're being guided through clarity now and understanding of this energy. on this side of our reading here. And you're moving into a really, really abundant time. Okay. The sun says go for it right now because you are completely supported and you will be successful in whatever this is. Okay. All right, pile number 1, that is your message. Thank you so much for being here. Like and subscribe, share with your besties, and I'll see you next time. Welcome, pile number 2. And your card of focus from the Good Tarot is the 8 of Earth. And this is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful card. I'm just looking at it. I like this little fairy here. Anyway, so the 8 of Earth is like the 8 of Pentacles, right? And it's kind of about mastery, like mastering your craft, maybe digging into the finer details. You know, what are you going to do with it next, right? So, excuse me. So even like masters of their craft still have more to learn, okay? And they eagerly embrace the opportunity to go deeper and develop a greater understanding of what it is that they're doing, what they're creating. You know, what are your next steps? Basically, you've reached a level of mastery. So what are you going to do next with it? You know, it's about finding new ways to apply what you know. Acknowledging that you've learned. Well, acknowledging everything that you've learned. Acknowledging what you've accomplished. Like, these are skills that you've developed. These are goals that you've reached. So now is the time to find a way to apply what you know, to enhance your expertise, to enhance your mastery. So you're no longer a beginner, right? You don't have that beginner's awkwardness. That's all gone. And so you know what you're doing now with this craft. So this is about being confident enough to become more intimate with the work that you're doing, in all areas of your life, in all aspects of your life. What are you going to do next with it? You have mastered something, okay? What are your next steps? All right, I have the Witch of the Forest. We're going to dig into this. This is beautiful. It's beautiful. Anyway, I want to thank everyone for being here. I really, really appreciate it. I am honored, so honored to be able to bring you these messages. I hope you are all well. Please keep in mind these are general readings, okay? So they're not one-on-one. If they don't fit, don't make them. Okay? And let's see where you're going. It's like you're ready to take a next step here. How can you deepen your connection with your craft? Okay, right out of the gate, we have the Emperor. There's a lot of wisdom with this card. Talk about mastery, right? The Emperor masters the realm of all 4 kings and sits upon a throne, able to, with the wisdom to make the decisions, right? What do you do next? So you have the wisdom, you have the mastery. This is just confirmation of that card. In your energy, the moon, I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, the moon is showing up. So you don't know what to do next, right? So the moon is also about working in the mystical, magical, all right? So it's about trusting your intuition. You know, if we want to bring it back to that sort of overall energy of angels, right? Of guides and counsels, of spirit divine, of whatever you want to call it. You know, those things are all your intuition. So you do have kind of an inner knowing of what to do. Now, when the moon card shows up, please remember the little crayfish. This guy looks like a lobster. Okay, this represents an aspect of ourselves that only surfaces from time to time, right? To see the moon. but usually brings with it a wisdom nugget, an aha moment, because it'll leave a message behind as it goes back down to the depths. All right. So even if you don't know what to do next, you know what to do next. Maybe this is where we get in touch with guides and councils and angels and ancestors. And, you know, I say that, but it's all part of you. It's all within you, right? It's there. Allow that little crayfish to come up. Okay, this showing up in your energy, I think, is really honest energy. And I really appreciate that. Keep in mind, yeah, you are being handed something amazing. This is the Ace of Pentacles. This is financial abundance. It's stability in the material world. This is a gift from Spirit. This is where you're meant to go with your mastery, whatever you've mastered. Okay, now it can be a craft. Maybe it's a way of speaking to people. So maybe you write a book. It can be a way of writing a book. And so you teach people how to write it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just about taking what you have and taking it one step farther. This is the gift, right? We have the wisdom coming in with that as well. It's not without some challenges, you know, with our little mountains showing up here, but this is a gift. This is something that's coming in for you. All right. You're going to know soon enough. It feels like you're going to know soon enough. You're going to tap into this energy within you. Excuse me. We're going to tap into this energy. And look, we have the Four of Cups. Now, typically this is a card of awareness, right? There's something coming in that we're not aware of, and we're not really looking. I love in this deck that the character on the Four of Cups actually looks like they might be scrying and looking for messages within a cup full of water, right? And maybe that's for someone. Maybe someone is scrying for information, right? There's something. And with this, you know, there is something. This might just be a little bit of a waiting game. The fours often are, you know, waiting or holding on, or sort of maybe like limbo energy. Not limbo, timeout energy. So this is about maybe being patient and waiting for that to come in as well, without falling into disillusionment or boredom or apathy. You know, sometimes we want what we want when we want it, and the energy just doesn't work like that. Sometimes we have to wait for what we want. In your energy, yeah, there's the card of victory, triumph, and glory. It's a card of recognition. That's the victory wreath, right? So whatever this is going to be very successful. Or you're already feeling successful about it. But it feels like kind of a waiting energy. What is going on here? What is going on here? Yeah, so under the Ace of Pentacles, we have the Knight of Wands. Okay, the Knight of Wands it's a night of action, like fast action, fanning the flames of something. So there's something. I don't know why I needed to like put that back up there for someone. So there's something, and this is coming out with the Ace. Yeah, there's something that's going to go really fast when you kind of lock in on it, is what I'm getting. When you lock in on it, it's going to go really fast. And it's going to be okay. You have all this wisdom and maturity over here. You're going to be fine. You have all this wisdom and this gift from Spirit. Like this, it feels like this is really meant for you. And it feels like whatever direction you take it in is going to be successful. There's a message. There's a message for you. Pay attention. It might come to you when you least expect it. Maybe in a dream. It's quite possible. Yeah, under that 4. Look at that. We have 2 4s. Interesting. I feel like both of these came out in pile 1, or at least this one did. It's just another card of holding on, right? The 4 of Pentacles usually kind of turns its back on like civilization or consumerism, basically, and holds on. So, you know, it could be sort of a budgety time for you. Don't lose hope. Don't fall into apathy because, you know, this is going to change, and it's going to change really fast once you lock in on what it is. Once you get that message, right? And you lock in with that Knight of Wands. You're going to be, yeah, you're going to be okay. I mean, this is kind of a, you know, it's the holidays. So we tend to spend more money than what we need to. And you might be just holding on a little bit. All right. In your energy is, yeah, the 7 of Pentacles. So you've already sort of laid the groundwork for this, but there's been a missing piece. That's the unknown part. There's been a missing piece, right? I feel like this little piece under the ground, this is what you planted, and it's starting to show fruition, but I feel like this is this. So there's something that you're working on, and this is a card of faith too, so you do have faith it's going to come to fruition, right? Yeah, there's something you've been working on, and I don't think you realize how big it's going to be. The 8 of Earth, the 8 of Pentacles, tends to put us back in a place of being humble. Like we go back to the humble beginnings. We go back to the basics. We go back to understanding how we got started with something and what it actually meant for us. Maybe you've lost track of the original purpose of doing this. Or maybe it's come back around again. And it's not something that you ever stopped doing. You're going to lock in on something and it's going to move you so fast. Oh, you're going to be surprised. You're going to be super surprised. Right? Yeah. 5 of Pentacles coming up underneath. Yeah, it's going to pull you right out of this. You've been going through some hardships and some struggles. Don't lose hope. That Knight of Wands is going to pull you out of this so fast. It's going to make your head spin like Linda Blair. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm in a film analysis class right now, and we're watching some scary stuff, and I just thought of Linda Blair. Sorry. Okay. Maybe not. Okay, well, if not like Linda Blair, then like the Wheel of Fortune. How about that? It's a card of karma and destiny. This is already woven into this beautiful fabric of your life. Okay. Don't be so serious. Things are gonna get moving. I mean, things have been moving anyway, but now if they're karmically moving for you, you had to figure something out. Yeah, it's gonna help you. Yeah, you're feeling really burnt out probably and overburdened by a lot of things. It seems to be maybe more in the material world, but this, once you lock in, it's going to allow you to lay this burden down. Okay, that's what the 10s are about. The 10s are an ending. The 10s are an ending. At 10, you're going to be able to lay that burden down, right? Bottom of the deck, we have the Sun. The Sun basically says anything that you put your efforts into right now will succeed. You will succeed. All right. Let's see if anything else wants to come out. This is really, this is a great pile. I love this pile. Anything else want to come out? Okay, we have, yeah, the Strength card. Okay, that's great. So basically through this, one of the things that you've learned is how to tame that inner tiger, right? How to understand those lower vibrational emotions and how to keep from, or keep from dipping into them, right? That is fear and doubt and confusion and lack of confidence. It can be lack mindsets. It can be all that. It's basically fear-based, right? So now if you tend to dip into them, you immediately understand and you're able to come back out of that, consult with your higher self or your guiding angel within you and tamp that down, right? Because you have an understanding of what is part of the lower vibrational emotions. And you have that understanding because you have mastered those higher vibrational emotions. That's why. That's why there's this infinity symbol, right? This is never ending. It's infinite. You've learned it. You cannot unlearn it. It's there. All you have to do is tap into it. Okay? That is your message pile number 2. Thank you so much for being here. Like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Welcome pile number 3, and your card of focus is the Love card. Okay? This is also representative of, I mean, it looks like the Strength card, doesn't it? The woman and the lion. But it's the Lover's card. It's love. Okay, it's about connectedness, and more than just the concept of finding love through another person or with another person. This is kind of, it's not kind of, it's also the alchemical blend within yourself. This is the point at which you feel in love with the world, and more importantly, in love with yourself. Okay. It's also about your ability to freely express emotions and trust your inner feelings. So there's really only the illusion of separation. Excuse me. We're all reflections of one another, right? We make choices. And when we do, we can kind of see things as either or, right? It's just either going to go this way or this way. But what if every choice we make is an experience? What if it's a sharing? What if it's an exploring? Okay, so when we choose, this is a card of choice. The Lovers is a choice card. When we choose to see the unity in all things, magic abounds. Love is all around us. We are loved unconditionally. And with that, because of that, and through that, we can give and receive abundant love. We give freely, we receive freely. All right. So this card is about being connected. It's about seeing the connection in everything. Right? It's how we relate to the world. And it's coming out for you. Pile number 3. I have the Wandering Star Tarot, and we're going to go ahead and get into this message for you. I want to thank everyone for being here. I really, really appreciate you showing up. And I'm not talking about for me, I'm talking about for you. Okay, and I'm honored to be able to bring you messages daily. Okay. Please keep in mind these are timeless. And they're general. So if they don't fit, that's okay. But there might be a little nugget wisdom in here. I just want to see what this is. Oh, yeah. Let's dig into this. Right, I'm going to put it back in the pile and keep shuffling. I'm going to shuff the cards. Shuffling the cards. All right. I think that's... okay, yes, I'm stopping. Okay. let's see where this is going to go. Interconnectedness, giving freely. Oh, here we are with the Ace of Swords. Success, change, decisions, actions. So it's a card of clarity. It's an epiphany. It's an understanding, right? So this definitely goes right along with our love card. This is the nature of this reading. In your energy, look at that, the Hanged Man. Now, the Hanged Man is kind of a cosmic timeout, right? You can't move forward in the way that you've been moving forward. There is no moving forward, right? You have to reassess, reevaluate, take a look at everything, reformulate, find a new approach. It's a card of pivot. It's a card of waiting. It's a card of enlightenment. All right. So you've been maybe in limbo a little bit with something. Maybe this is you finally understanding that everything is connected. And I'm not talking just about people. You know, maybe you're seeing the connection in your path so far, right? And how it's moving you into the future. Okay, keep in mind, Nine of Wands. Okay, you are absolutely resilient. The Nine of Wands is absolutely resilient, incredibly resilient. There's no stopping the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands will just get back up, dust off the britches, and keep going, and carry all of the wisdoms learned along the way, okay? It's a card of boundaries. Maybe you're learning boundaries. Maybe you're allowing some support in your life. If everything's connected, we cannot go it alone. Interesting. Interconnectedness, giving and receiving love. What if we see everything as connected instead of as separate from us? Good or bad, right? Maybe then our arguments become more important. Yeah, the Magician, yeah. Transmuting energy. You are transmuting energy. You are manifesting in the physical world that you have the skills, you have the power to take action. You have the tools to take action, and you are. Whatever this clarity is here, and in relation to the love card and understanding that everything's connected, here you are. Well, it's under the nature of, right? So this is time to get going on your manifestations, to get going on what it is that you want. Now, that doesn't mean just saying, I want something and then waiting for it. You've got to take inspired action. You have to take actionable steps towards what it is that you want, even if they're baby steps. Baby steps are absolutely, absolutely okay. They're acceptable. Okay. In your energy, we have the Three of Swords. So while you're in sort of this limbo, you might be reevaluating some old relationships, old heartbreaks, old sorrows, old griefs, things that you have, you know, turned into part of your narrative of yourself. Okay, remember the love card is also about uniting in harmony different parts of yourself. So with this in your energy coming out with that Hanged Man, seems like you are actually taking a look at these things, right? Figuring out what to let go of. If you have to move forward, but you cannot move forward in the manner that you've been living your life, something has to change, and you are definitely looking into those old heartaches and sorrows, okay? Keep in mind the Hierophant. It's all about tradition. It can be societal norms. There's wisdom. It's a card of teaching. Maybe you're going to meet a teacher. Ceremony, ritual. There is a lot of wisdom with this card. Okay. And coming out with that Nine of Wands, yeah, maybe you are going to be helping others. Maybe that's part of your understanding of how things are connected. You know, with this Ace coming out, maybe you're really finally seeing why things have been the way that they've been. It's gaining a different perspective. It's figuring out what aligns with your core beliefs. It's living by your core beliefs and your core values. It's living by your authenticity, right? Okay. The Death card, yeah. This is a new beginning for you. It's a death and rebirth. It's a card of transformation, you know, and it's coming out under the Magician. So you are understanding that you have changed. You have an understanding of your growth, and you're ready. You're ready to go. You're ready to step through that doorway. You're ready to go through that portal, whatever you want to call it, into this new realm. Okay. Let's get something else for your energy. It really feels like you're ready to take a step in a direction. As I say that, it's a card of loss and sorrow, but also a card of leaving. Yeah. And leaving might be sad. You might have grief about leaving. You are leaving. Now, it can be a physical leaving. Maybe you've connected with a group of people. Maybe you've connected with a place. Sometimes we connect with places, right? We can fall in love with places. You are leaving. I don't know how else to say it, but it makes sense to you. You understand how that is already woven into the fabric of your life, okay? Under the deck, we have the Mother Star. Now, the Mother Star has reached the end of her journey, or at least far enough that she can look back, and maybe not the end, but can look back and see how everything, you know, the good, the bad, the struggles, the triumphs, the celebrations, all of those things, she can see exactly why they happened. Isn't that funny? Because we were just talking about that. There is clarity and understanding when we see, or when we see, and when we know, and when we feel that everything's connected. Okay. I'm going to put that over here because it was bottom of the deck. Interesting. Yeah, you're ready. You're ready to go. It feels like you're stepping into, it's going to be a really interesting role. On some level, you've been planning for it. On some level, you have. All right, coming out under that Hierophant, we have the Knight of Wands, intuition flow. You know, the Knight of Wands takes something that you've been working on, probably with this Hanged Man over here when you're going through your enlightenment phase. It fans the flames of that. It accelerates you in the direction that you're meant to go, right? And it's coming out underneath this Hierophant. Yeah, you might be teaching or guiding. Maybe you're the guide. You know, we were talking about our guiding angel. The Two of Wands, yeah. This is partnerships, plans. You're planning how to build your world, and you're going to be able to build it the way that you want to, right? This is sort of the planning stages. This is happening. On some level, it feels like this is already happening with you, but there's still a couple of things you need to leave behind, and they're heartfelt, okay? Please acknowledge those emotions and practice gratitude for the things that you are about to leave behind, okay? Because They helped you probably through moments in your life. They were support for you at some point. At some point, there was something good about those things. Okay. That's why there's sorrow and grief for them as you move forward onto the next leg of your journey. Yeah, you're going to be able to lay your burden. God, I think this came out the last pile number 2. Yeah, you're going to be able to lay your burden down. All right. This is fatigue. It's burnout from working so hard and carrying so much responsibility, right? You're going to be able to lay that down because you're moving into a place. You're moving into a place for you. I am not surprised to see this tower card, right? You are leaving one world for another. Of course, you have to rebuild. So the old tower has to come down. It no longer aligns with who you are. It doesn't align with your higher self. You are practicing living from authenticity for you. Okay, and I don't mean getting into an argument with someone and saying, I'm just speaking my truth to make your point, right? That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that you have an understanding of who you are. You have merged aspects of yourself to gain that understanding. And through that understanding, there's this incredible clarity. You see where you need to go. You see where you need to go. And you also understand that that means leaving things, people, places, and things behind. And you're doing that. It's hard. It's bittersweet. But it's going to allow you to lay this burden down. And it is taking you to an amazing place, this new realm. Right? This next leg of your journey. This next chapter. This next book. This next saga. Whatever it is. It feels kind of like saga. It feels epic to me. Okay? Wheel of Fortune, it is definitely already woven into this beautiful fabric of your life. Karma and destiny. You're on. It really feels like you're on the right path. Okay, you had to sort of get to the point where you understood, and you can really feel that interconnectedness of all things, right? And have that understanding of why things work out and why things don't, especially in your past. Okay, it can help you with maybe this ace is you've got kind of a clear vision of what's to come. So maybe you've got a little bit of psychic energy in you yourself, or talents. 7 of Wands coming up, standing your ground takes a lot of courage, especially when we make big changes. We get pushback from a lot of people because they don't understand, right? You'll know who your besties are by who is supporting you through this change. I don't know why I said that. That's for someone, though. Maybe you've got people around you who are noticing that you're changing, but they're telling you there's something wrong with you. You're not making the right choice. Yeah. We each have our own path, and the 7 of Wands showing up for you is perfect. It means that you're going to stay on yours. All right. Wow. Whew. Okay. Pile number 3. That's your message. I hope that helps. Thank you so much for being here. Like and subscribe, share with your besties, and I'll see you next time.